Good evening and welcome to another edition of Fighting Words on the Fighting Words News Network. Fighting Words is brought to you each and every night in grateful appreciation to the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, the men and women police and fire services, the doctors and nurses and first responders, and also those wonderful people in the market to keep those shelves stocked. Tonight's program we're starting off on a little low spot, but when Z gets on, we'll start up with a higher spot. On Thursday afternoon, approximately 1300 hours, a young Pennsylvania trooper was working Route Interstate 81 in Lackawanna County. He was following a truck at normal speeds, but the truck blew a tire. It was a tractor trailer. He put on his lights and got out to get to it, let the driver know that he had a safety problem. As they were inspecting it, another truck came and killed both the driver and the trooper. So, to the family of Mike Maharick, a former Claymont, Delaware resident, a tremendous football player, a great kid, went to Penn State. To his mother and father, we send out our deepest respect and deepest gratitude for his service. Well, guys, where shall we start? Tony, what do you think?
Do for a low?
Now that's our low. We got a high coming.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me ask you, Tony, why is Tyson Fury and the walk fight going to be done in Thailand?
That is amazing. I honestly don't know. There's some sort of backdoor deal on that one because that just doesn't make any sense at all. Unless he's just trying to make it low key and trying to prevent people watching the little one so he can get a bigger fight. I don't know. It really doesn't make any sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost wondering if Manny Pacquiao had anything to do with that. Maybe bringing him over there to try to get him to. Maybe they're trying to boost boxing in that nation. I'm not sure.
Well, isn't there a situation where Fury owns a gym over there or owns a camp over there?
He owns something somewhere overseas. I'm not sure exactly where it's at. That very well could be. If it's in that area, that would explain it. I mean, maybe he's trying to bring it, to that area, and that's a big match. It would be in that area, bring some money and so forth into the area. That's possible.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, Brady, Conor McGregor has some very harsh words for Justin Cagey this week. What's your thought on that fight?
Conor McGregor said to Gaethje?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're not. Well, Conor McGregor is fighting Max Holloway.
I know, but he wants to get a fight with Cagey, and he has some really nasty things to say about him.
Okay. Well, I didn't hear anything he said, but oh man, I think that fight might be even worse for Conor. I think because I think Gaethje. I don't know if he's per se. Obviously, he's the champion, so he's better than Max right now. But I think that's not a fight. That's not a guy you want to be calling out. I mean, he'll knock out Conor. Faster than Max might, and that's a dog fight. And especially like Conor hasn't been fighting. He hasn't even had a fight back yet in the UFC. And you're already calling out the champion, so I guess that's how you got to be sometimes. But also, I think. Obviously, Conor's a cocky dude, so.
But talking about being cagey about things, Tony, what's behind the thought of Usyk vacating his title and moving up?
The word is that he wants to take one last dance, is the way they're putting it out there, is that he wants to go against someone to make some big money. Or I think he was going up, maybe he was down. I don't know. I don't remember which way he was.
Yeah, he's going up.
Fight,
he's going up.
Going up a week. I think I was going to say I thought it was up. That he wanted to go out with one last dance, song and dance, and somebody that's going to be a big name and in a different division, just to be probably the all-time greatest. So we'll see. But that is definitely, I believe that's definitely a done deal according to what he's putting out in the press.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, Brady. We just talked about McGregor and Holloway. Why don't you let the folks give the folks some history on this fight and who you think is going to be the winner?
So yeah, I believe they have fought before. It was a while ago. It was one of their earlier fights in both their careers. But this fight, honestly, I think this one's pretty clear cut. Just because McGregor's been out of the game for so long, and you got a guy like Holloway who's been consistently fighting the top ranks of previously the featherweight division and now the lightweight division. He's had some great fights. He beat Gaethje. He beat the current champion. At this division. So,
okay.
I think I want to pipe up on that one too. Actually,
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Conor McGregor was a big name 10 years ago, maybe even past that, and he's having trouble with the fact that he's getting older. His name is not like it used to be. The substance abuse has definitely caused the boy to be a couple of meals shy of a picnic for sure. And on top of that, he can't see these other people that are up and coming, or even some of the older names that are still there, and he's not there. It just, I don't think he's handling that well. I think that's what the whole problem is. He may be in need of money too, but I think it's more of the status than anything.
You talk about money. He supposedly has made an offer to Mayweather to help him out with his $176 million loss. I can imagine what the terms would be. But when you start talking about him making a move on money, because he's got all these other outside interests, making a loan out, that I started to laugh at that. But now we see that the Mayweather fight that was supposed to be a tune-up fight before Pacquiao is now off indefinite because the company that originally was going to back him gave him an advance of $4.5 million, some of which was to go to pay the $200 million or $200,000 check that he wrote in Vegas that he couldn't cover. He has one not lived up to the contract, and two has no way of repaying that $4.5 million. So they're trying to have Nevada hold his license until he makes some kind of an arrangement with them. So I would imagine that fight is going to be like many other Pacquiao fights that he's had, 2 to 3 years in the coming, and who knows when it's going to absolutely do it because of all the legal problems.
Floyd Mayweather is just like one of us. He poops and eats just like we do. The man made a lot of money boxing. He threw a lot of it away. I won't get into his personal business, but at the end of the day, over a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, he goes in to buy a watch, the $200,000 watch, knowing that he didn't have the money, wrote the check, knowing he didn't have it, promised the guy he would work it out with it. The guy gave him a year. And what do you do when you're that guy? I mean, you sit there and you can only take so much. I mean, it's a huge hit for a watch.
Right.
You got to do what you got to do. You have to press charges, and bankruptcy might help the rest of his issues. I don't know about with the IRS, but it may help the other stuff. But he better be watching out for the crime because they said he could be in up to like 4 or 5 years in prison.
Yeah, that's what I was reading.
I wouldn't worry too much about. I just think he's just neglected, and he's just like it's nothing because that's the way he's had it his whole life in boxing. He didn't have to do anything. He'd get out of anything because he's got the money. But now he doesn't have the money. He still wants that fame and fortune. And this is going back 2 years when he did the watch, and he was hurting then. And here he is. He's got criminal charges against him, and I don't think that's going to be the only charge he's got. I think there's more coming.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you while we're talking about charges. You sent me a text earlier in the week about one of our favorite players uh, being stopped for DUI. You want to explain that one?
That was, oh yeah, yeah. Was it not Jermaine, but Jamal, or was it? It was Jermaine, wasn't it?
Yeah, Jermaine.
Jermaine, yeah, our buddy in the Lamborghini got popped trying to drive under the influence, which is a big no-no. I mean, we know, me being prior law enforcement 15, 20 years ago, that's when they started tightening down on that, where we used to be able to just put somebody in the back seat, take them home.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen anymore. Now it's pretty much zero tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets out of the Lamborghini, doesn't have much to say until he's got the cuffs on. He's like, please give me a break. Please give me a break. He's paying. So, yeah, he's got some problems coming his way, too. I don't know how much that'll affect the boxing, but, again, that's another one that just thinks he can just get away with anything. It didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Brady, what do you think of Alexander Costa versus Cody Darden?
I didn't get a chance to watch this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I can't comment.
Well, it's not till next week, the 7:15. It's on that 7:15 point.
I don't know either of these fighters. I'm sorry.
Okay. Costa is an up-and-coming middleweight. Excuse me. Darden is this is a tune-up fight for somebody. I'm not really sure which one, because either one of them, they're both about the same height, both about the same weight, and both about the same style. So it should be a wild fight for them. Somebody's going to walk away with another contract, and the other one is going to be done. Last night, Alexander Grasso really took Macy Burden to the mat, and really almost destroyed her in the first round. It just I'd never seen Grasso have so much aggressiveness. I think I would say. She's usually laid back, waiting to see what the other opponent is doing, and then responds to it. But boy, she came out of that corner, and she was on fire. There was nothing going to stop her. So that was a good fight for her. Okay, now everybody knows there's a lot of business out there. Everybody knows there's something that said in the government that says you can't collude and get people for money. But there seems to be some kind of a combo coming between Dazen, Matchroom, and Quisenberry. What do you think, Tony?
Here comes the scam.
Mm-hmm.
What kinds are going to be? Who's getting railroaded this time?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're doing, but they're up to something. I think all of them are fighting right now. I know Oscar De La Hoya was piping up this week about the Zuffa stuff and different people that have screwed him over, and that they need to come together. So there's something that someone's trying to take control. I don't think it's the Saudis as much as it was initially, but I know the Saudis and De La Hoya are definitely having some problems with each other. So I don't know. I think somebody's trying to grab the top of the ladder right now, and I don't know who it's going to be, but I think they're trying to work something to get it. So, like with the whole HBO and the Showmax, HBO boxing, that just changes, and somebody's trying to get the be top dog.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Brady, Josh Hoskett, and Guard Stevenson. What's your thoughts?
You're talking Gable Stevenson.
Gabe, yeah.
And, so Gable is an exciting prospect. A lot of people, for those who don't know, he was a champion NCAA wrestler. And he also was an Olympic champion as well. And he's been getting trained by John Jones. And he just recently signed a contract with the UFC. And I don't know when his first fight is, but it's coming soon. If it hasn't already happened, But yeah, I'm very excited about this. I don't know if he's going to be fighting Hokus immediately. I think he needs a couple more, maybe some warm up fights. Just get fight some real guys in UFC before jumping up to contender level like Hokus is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he's.
Oh, let me get.
Been,
hold on just a second, Brady. Yes, sir. I'll merge you right in.
Okay, good.
Hey guys, we're joined by Zito.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah, Zito, we've had a burning question here that we need your support and answer to. People are trying to figure out how a woman retires after 30 years of service to the state of Delaware when she's only 29 years old. Can you explain that?
I wish I knew that one.
So everybody will know that his mom, Burnett, just retired this week from from nursing in the state of Florida, state of Delaware. Burnett has been a friend. Oh God, let's see, 90, 80, about 55 years, somewhere around there. And yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Hey, Z, talk about Haney and Tank Davis. Hello?
Hey, we'll leave the front door unlocked and open.
Okay.
Like about 3 minutes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Right, thank you.
Ah. No. Damn it. Damn it. Yep, I'll bring you right back in. Something happened. Get Brady. All right, Brady. You get Tony. Okay, we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the interruption. There was an interruption in service. So, okay, Z, tell us about Haney and Tank Davis.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to say. They were talking about training, but it's more or less the rehydration clause that, from what I'm hearing, the rehydration clause on Haney's side. And they don't want Haney has been known to rehydrate up 30 pounds and over me. And then, it's understandable that, first of all, what weight would they fight at? Tank is naturally a 135 pounder, lightweight. And Haney right now is fighting at 147. So that's actually 2 weight divisions removed from each other. I would imagine if they fought, they would fight at 140. Haney would have to go down, and Tank would have to go up. I hear him talking. I'm not sure that Haney could do it. And to be honest, I'm not sure how effective he would be at 140. Because he looks pretty effective at 147 right now against the competition.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to see big names fight each other, but I'm not sure if Haney weight-wise could do it right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you think, Tony?
I'd love to see it. I would just sit there and dream of Tank Davis coming back and just popping him and knocking him out. That would be the greatest thing. That'd be the early Christmas present for me.
Yeah, Tank has had his problems with the law in the last year or so. Is there anything that anybody knows that would prevent him from this fight?
I think he beat all the charges, if I'm not mistaken,
Okay.
or they got dropped or something. I think the domestic stuff, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think she put the kibosh on that. But
Mhm.
I think there was something else, and I think it got split through the cracks. So I think he's on even ground right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Brady, what do you think of Rashad Evans and Jorge Masvidal?
I didn't see this one.
It's just been signed. It's just been signed.
Rashad Evans.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Honestly, I really wasn't around watching him. Maybe Zeke could give us some more on this. No, Masvidal's a bit older as well.
Okay.
I know Evans is definitely older than him.
Okay. Z?
Yeah, I haven't heard of it either. And if they were fighting, I would think that it may be something more of a wrestling match. I can't just because. I mean, they're both removed from the from competitive fighting. Rashad has been removed for quite a bit, and I haven't even heard of talks of him even coming back yet.
Mhm.
So if they do, I wouldn't imagine it would be anything full contact or anything outside of wrestling as far as Rashad's concerned. But I mean, for the money, anything can happen.
Sure. Okay. Let's stay in that vein for just a second. What's with Clarissa Shields? Is she out? Is she in? She's had a lot of problems in backstage and fighting and things like that. Does anybody know? Has her license been lifted? Is she just not going to be able to fight for White or at White?
Yeah, I think it's more or less a contract. As far as I know, she's losing weight and she's trying to compete for the middleweight title.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as that goes, that fight I haven't heard anything about that fight being called off. So, and my thing is that Clarissa Shields generates money, enough money to where, and you see it all the time. Antics aren't going to stop the cash flow. And just to even go back with Tank Davis, even with his charges and the dealings with the law, we see Floyd Mayweather have to serve like 2 months and come right out and fight and be able to. So he fought before, he came out, he went in, then he fought after. So I mean, as far as that goes, those things tend not to stop big money, especially when you're dealing with boxing. People get paid off all the time. So with that said, Clarissa Shields, I'm pretty sure she's going to be able to fight.
Okay. Excuse me. Tony, Josh Kelly, and Boots Ennis in 725.
Before I would have said Kelly probably would have a chance, but after seeing this stuff with Boots here recently, I think Kelly's going to be able to. Boots is going to be able to pull this one off. He's looking pretty good right now. I can't go against him on this one.
Okay. What do you think, Z?
I'm going to go with Tony. I see Boots winning. I see it being a tough fight for him. Kelly's slick. Kelly knows how to box. Kelly knows how to hit and not get hit. The only thing, Kelly is not the biggest puncher. And Boots, to me, he's more dynamic, and I don't see Kelly maybe slowing Boots down a bit. He's not stopping his consistency and his volume. And it's really just his overall overwhelming. I can't see Kelly stopping that enough to win the fight. But more importantly, I would love to see Boots and Fandora fight. That's the fight I would be looking forward to.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Okay. Well, you must have some teleprompter or whatever they call that stuff, because that's the very next thing I got down here. Fandora said he wants Boots Ennis in 27. Do you think it'll happen? And if it does, who's the winner? Let's go, Tony first.
If you do 2027, I'm going to lean on Fundora a little bit more. Just being younger, I think Boots, will be getting a little bit older. He kind of did a downhill, uphill type thing when he let it down. But he's really doing well. But honestly, I think you put that fight off a year. If Fundora keeps fighting, especially the way he has been, I don't think he'd be able to beat Fundora.
Okay, Z.
Yeah, again, I'm going to agree with Tony, and I'm going to base it off of their more recent performances. Fundora to me looked better. It was in his style. He looked better. For me, both of these guys use their physical advantages extremely well, and for the most part, Boots is faster. I think he hits harder per one punch. But Fundora, right now, and I'm saying as a compliment in Fundora, where he style-wise maybe is all wrong for me. Maybe he's all wrong for me. I can't pick Boots to win the fight against him. It's hard for me to do that just right now off of saying the eye test with these guys.
Okay. All right. Brady's got to take a break here for a second. Z, what do you think Duplessis and Usman?
Duplessis, I think, he's basic. And Kamara, what I know, he's an actor. I'm not sure if he's retired. I haven't heard too much from him. But as far as that goes, Kamara would have to move up. I wouldn't pick him against Duplessis.
Okay. Tony, the IBF ordered Sanchez to fight Atuma. What's your thoughts?
Good call on that one. And then it'll be a good fight. But you know what? It's time to step up and take a Piper, and he's going to see what he can do. I think that's honestly, I think if Tama could probably say, I would give the edge to Tama, but it'll be a good fight.
Okay. Let's go here. All right. Z, Armin Sarukin and Oliveira rematch. Can it happen? Will it happen? When will it happen?
Brady would be a little closer to knowing that than I would, but I mean, as far as that goes, anything happens. Oliveira, he's getting longer in the tooth, and Sarukin, as far as I know, he's a little more prime. And I don't see Oliveira beating Sarukin.
Okay. Well, here's one for both of you. My good friend Larry Holmes says that if Muhammad Ali was alive and was fighting Usyk, he would beat Usyk to death. What do you think? Start with Tony and then go to Z.
Free girl stuff.
That's a good one. Beat him to death, no. He wouldn't have an easy time. Would he win? Probably. But I don't think it would be an easy bout for him. I mean, obviously he can hit, but I don't know. That's a tough call. But yeah, I think Ali would win it, but it wouldn't be an easy task.
What do you think, Z?
In the 12-round fight,
Yeah.
8 rounds for 3, and 6 rounds, it'd be 8 rounds for 4 Ali. Probably 9-3 Ali. 16-round fight, it'd probably be 12-3. It's hard for me to give the past 3 rounds of Ali, and that's and probably get those of Ali kind of taking a break, like Ali tended to do, just coast around, climb a little bit. Usyk might be able to steal 3 rounds, but
Mhm.
people forget I fought 15 rounds against people who didn't stop punching hard. So I mean, as far as just conditioning wise, Usyk is right now the most conditioned heavyweight out there. Has been for a while,
Mhm.
but he's not more conditioned than Ali.
Mhm.
I mean that his biggest advantage wouldn't be his biggest advantage that fight, and he would have to get to a guy who's naturally faster than him and measures up the same size. For the most part, measures up the same size. Yeah, I can't pick Usyk to get more than 3 rounds against that. Not Ryan Holmes is. I don't know about beating him to death, but he. It's going to be tough for Usyk to deal with that. That's all I know.
Mhm.
Hey, Z, do they even do 15-round fights anymore?
No. It's sanctioned just for fighter safety and health. They don't do that anymore.
Okay. All right. Tony, Jack Catterall and Harlem Eubank. What do you think?
Eubank, you're not talking about the Conor Ben and Eubank. You're talking about the other Eubank, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't remember his first name, but yeah, Catterall. I will take that. I don't get the tune-up fight for him, actually. That's my opinion, anyway. I don't think you're going to have too much of a problem.
Mhm. Okay. What do you think, Z?
Yeah, I'm not big on Harlem Eubank yet. I mean, the competition means everything. Catterall is world class. So we know. I mean, I don't see Eubank even dealing with Catterall.
Mhm. Okay. Z, Alex Pereira and Kalaya. It's supposed to be 320. Do you think it'll work?
But Zachariah moves up to heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
I was last time I know they fought at light heavyweight. Zachariah beat him in a rematch, and Pereira. So I guess this would be the third, the rubber match. It's I mean, I know Pereira's not going to move down.
Mm-hmm.
So Uncle Lamb moves up, maybe. And I don't know who it's going. Really, I would pick Pereira just because the last time they fought, Pereira kind of dominated one. And he has fought at heavyweight. He has, to me, as far as I know, he has more experience at heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
He has a fight under his belt. So right now, I would pick that. But as I said, anything can come off, especially if UFC. And guys not the line moves up, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Brady, we were just talking about Alex Pereira and Ankalaev for 320.
Okay. So it looks like Perez gonna go back down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a good decision. I think that was a real reality check, Khan's power there, and I think the only problem is I think it's Pereira at his age, it's hard for him to cut the weight. I think to get back down, to light heavyweight. Even obviously, he was making 185 at one point, so I'm not going to say it's a bad one. I think now he'll be fine. Later on, maybe not, but I'd like to see him fight Ankalaev again. That's a rematch that, oh wait, no, that might be the third. I don't remember. It's either rematch or the third fight, but yeah, I got Pereira in that one again.
Okay.
No, Ankalaev won the last fight, but yeah, I'll go with Pereira. I think he'll be thirsty for a win again.
Okay. Tony, you got the bakery ready, right?
Double day.
Hey. Z, Earl Spence, and Terrence Crawford. Can it happen? Will it happen?
Yeah, not again. Terrence Crawford is pretty retired, and Errol Spence is set to fight Tinzu.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he has that to handle, and that's at 154. So that's thinking his 154 debut against Penzu.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a fight that I have to actually probably look at some of their older fights to even determine who will win that. So that's going to be a heck of a fight.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Tone?
Totally agree. I just don't see Errol Spence winning it though. It was Errol Spence and who was he fighting?
Tim Zoo.
Zoo. Oh no, I'm sorry. Against Zoo. No, Errol Spence will crush him. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about someone else. Now Tim Zoo doesn't stand a chance on that one. I don't think.
Whoa. Is that fighting words? Is that fighting words, Lee?
I don't know. Errol Spence is going into his weight division, so I have to see how that works out.
Mm-hmm.
See how that works.
Okay. Okay. Brady, Prochazka and Roundtree. 2.
Yes, I'm excited to see this one as well. I'm glad to hear some more light heavyweight fights coming out here. But yeah, this one I believe, I don't remember who won that first fight. I think it was Fury, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was him. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on what actually happened in the fight, but I know that Roundtree's getting older, and I think Yuri, it's his time to kind of take this division finally and rule over it. Especially with Pereira, the guy that's been dominant, getting a little older, and he got knocked out. I think he can win against Ankalaev, but I think there's definitely a big chance in this light heavyweight division for Prochazka to make the jump here. And I think he has good skills, especially against that last performance against, where he got knocked out after the guy tore his ACL. I think that he's not gonna have he can't have mercy. And he's learned that. I think he has to make him to the champion still. Even more now.
I will. Yeah, we got a real fast Prochazka and Roundtree.
Prochazka, Roundtree. I think Khalil Roundtree. I think Khalil Roundtree can take that. I liked Prochazka maybe 2-3 years ago. I say Prochazka takes that fight, but the way Roundtree's been performing, especially if he can do that, perform the same way he did against Pereira, and it's Jamal Hill, then I think he goes out there and handedly beats Yuri Prochazka. Yuri Prochazka, he just looked worse and worse every single fight, and I think it's not only coupled with his age, but the fact of he's been getting knocked out after knockout after knockout, and you can tell it takes a toll on him. So for that reason, I'm going to go with the sharper guy in Khalil Roundtree. But y'all have a good night. I'm out.
Ooh, how about that for a fast one? It's Caden's in the middle of trying to help his brother move. That's why when he was here, I just want to get him for a second. And Brady's been doing a fantastic job too. Lester, let's see, Tony. Lester Martinez says he is going to whip Canelo Alvarez right in the middle of the ring. Your thoughts?
Nah, that ain't gonna happen. I'm always dreaming. Although I will say Canelo is not on the level he used to be, but he ain't gonna have that kind of a problem.
Mm-hmm. See?
No one could be.
Yeah, Lester Martinez has to win this time.
Mm-hmm.
Canelo has to do the Christian Missouri right now. That's like that. So, let's see what Canelo does there, and let's see if Lester Martinez can deserve his turn. He has to get it soon because I don't see Canelo sticking around too much longer. He's not a guy that I anticipate fighting later, too much more. I think he's made his money. gonna take a few more fights, and he's probably gonna be done. So Mr. Martinez might want to hurry up and try to get on that money train.
There you
I
go.
agree with that 100%. But I do want to ask you, Z, both of you actually, I want to ask you the fight against him, Billy, that's coming up. Who do you think is going to take it?
I'm gonna say, I don't know. You know what? Canelo, I'm going to say Canelo off of experience, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was controversy involved.
Ooh. Okay. What do you think, Brady?
I'm sorry, who the fight?
Mabili and Canelo Alvarez.
I don't know the Billy. I'm sorry. I wish I know Canelo.
I think your assessment, Tony, was good. I think Mabili is coming up, but can he beat I don't want to say a journeyman? Can he beat a seasoned guy like Alvarez? I'm not really sure.
The answer to that is no. He can beat him. He's going to beat him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And Billy will walk out of that ring the winner.
Oh.
I'll eat the big turd burglar sandwich on that one. I'm talking about I feel very strongly on that one.
Excuse me. Okay. Brady, Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Madonna.
Did they make this fight?
Yep.
This is supposed to be the second fight. I can't say. I'm just gonna go with Makhachev, man. I mean, I think he's too dominant, especially after that last fight.
Mm-hmm.
He really showed everybody that he has the duality of a striker, and obviously he has the ground game. So, I think it's gonna be the similar result to the last fight.
Okay. What do you think, Z?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do it, baby. I'm not gonna go against Islam right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, Brady, here's a question for you and Z. Paul Acosta saying that the UFC is not booking him for fights, and he thinks that they have some kind of a thing against him. What's your thoughts?
Go ahead, Z.
I'm not too sure on this one. I'm not too sure. As far as Paulo Costa, he's an exciting fighter, but they're a better fighter. So as far as that goes, I mean, I can understand. I can understand what he's saying. I just don't know where it's coming from, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tony, Antonio Vargas and Jesse Rodriguez, two Irishmen.
And talk about putting me in the spot.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say Rodriguez. I'd have to lean on Rodriguez.
Congrats on the acceptance letter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have acceptance yet. Free interviews.
What's the
You'll get them.
what's the third?
Kansas City.
Yeah, I knew that. What was the second? I know.
Both are Lee come here, Lee come Brady.
Okay.
You should definitely try and stay in the state, though.
Well, I'm sorry. A little take it right here. Just so everybody knows that my grandson Ty graduates from USF this year. Put out 7 letters for medical school and got accepted so far. 3 out of the 7 have responded positively. So we want to send a big thank you out there to his mom for raising a great kid. And she's raised 4 great kids on her own, but and all 4 of them very bright. All right. Here's one that I know you've just been waiting all night long for, Z. Katie Taylor has a fight coming up. What's your thoughts on that one?
I hope it's an easier fight than keep on fighting Amanda Soriano. Yeah, she deserves a little easier touch. Probably something going down in England. I imagine something to do there. She could have something should look good in. And I'm not sure if she's on her way to retire. We have to see about that.
Okay, what do you think, Tony?
Totally agree with what you said. I think she's going to retire soon personally. I think he hit that right.
Okay. Brady, Sean O'Malley, and Peter Yan too.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't really followed John's career too far, but I know he did. He recently picked up the championship bantamweight. But I think that Sean won their last meeting, right? Yeah, I can see it happening again. I know, he just beat Marab, and I think it's really a different fight. Different cut styles. Fighting a guy like Marab and a guy like, O'Malley. Because O'Malley, you're going to have to watch out for getting finished. Whereas Marab is more wrestling and, trying to make it go the distance. It's more of a battle of, your stamina. But obviously, it's going to be similar with O'Malley. It could go all the way, but yeah, I'm going to go with O'Malley on this one just because of that striking advantage. And, he had a great fight last night. I really like to see that, so I'll go with O'Malley.
Okay, Z?
Brady, Malley, he just got too much of him. He's a good fighter, but he doesn't have what it takes to beat Malley.
Okay. Tony, I haven't heard Edgar Berlanger's name in a while. Now all of a sudden he's got a fight next week, 2 weeks, with Bam Bam Butler. What's your thoughts?
That's a tune-up fight. He's going to lead down from that. In fact, I know he's got a pretty large lead as far as a prediction to win that one. So he ain't going to have any trouble. That's about what suits him with his mouth. So, that's probably a good fight for him. Every other one that he's running his gum, he gets beat up and, put on the mat. So we'll see what happens. But I don't think that's going to be any problem for him.
You want to be young while you're 48.
Okay.
I do bad.
Brady, Ilya Tapura and Patty Pimbrick.
Your residence, your
Man, I really saw this a May fight.
Yeah.
They signed him.
Yes.
I really saw it would be a game Taporia, because how Taporia has been so dominant. But this one, here's the thing about Pimblett is, Scouser, he didn't get knocked out against Gaethje. That fight against Gaethje was crazy. And, we saw it all. He was bloody, he got poked in the eye in that fight, like twice. It was a very scrappy fight. So I'm not going to totally count out Pimblett here, although, I think we can all know that he's not the favorite. But I would like to really like to say to want to believe in Patty Pimblett to win this fight. But I think Taporia is going to come back with a vengeance. I think he's going to be locked in, to a different type of mindset before the White House card. So I'm going to go with Taporia, and I think he's going to go back and fight Gaethje again.
Okay. Z, Devin Haney, and Keyshawn Davis.
I already moved the recliner over there.
They're talking with that too. Devin Haney, for what I'm hearing, his camp is there. Keyshawn Davis has to move up to 157. For the money, Keyshawn Davis will do that, I'm pretty sure. But right now, Keyshawn Davis has Devin Haney, like, he's practice in the welterweight division. And two-time Davis has he still has to deal with 140. He still has to fill his division out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to, I mean, you can call guys out, from here and there, but you still have champions in their respective divisions that they're not fighting. So I would rather see, them, clear out their division, be credible in your division before you fight a guy like that. Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran, when they fought, Roberto Duran cleared out the lightweight division and then moved up to welterweight. Sugar Ray Leonard pretty much fought almost everybody at welterweight before Roberto Duran. So, I mean, you have to do things, that's just, I guess, the old style. But it seems that's the respective way to do it. That's the proper, way to do it, to me.
Okay. What do you think, Tony?
I'd also agree with Z on that one. I wouldn't even add anything to that.
Wow, got away easy on that one, man.
Prepared for the sandwich.
Brady, Ian Machado Gary, I'm sorry, versus Islam Makhachev.
Well, okay, so he's not facing JDM. Okay, this is different. So obviously, I think this is Gary's first title fight here. But I can see, I got the same feeling about this one as I said last time. With Makhachev, he's just such a beast, and I don't think Gary has the wrestling to keep up with him, first of all. And, like I mentioned earlier in his last fight, he's got the striking now. I think Gary's a taller dude, and he's got a longer reach. So I really don't think it's going to play a factor with Makhachev's style and his mentality. Like, this guy's the type of champion that's going to last, as champion in this division.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What do you think, Z?
I have to definitely agree with Brady. Can't argue with that at all. Right now, I think Islam's wrestling is better than on par in that division than anybody.
Okay. Tony Moses Atuma had a fight last week that he scored a tremendous knockout. Did you happen to see it?
Like a clip of it. I didn't watch the fight, though. He was like, yeah, he's a bad dude. He's another one that's going to be very hard to stop right now. On the track he's on. Although I think he does have someone coming up here that they're talking about is going to give him a pretty good fight. But Atama is definitely a beast.
Okay. Brady, Tyrone Woodley, and Joaquin Buckley.
Tyrone Woodley and Joaquin Buckley. Well, is this UFC or is this like the RAF or something? This is UFC?
Yes, UFC.
Because Woodley has been in the UFC for a long time. So if it's MMA, I got to go with Joaquin Buckley just because he's still current in the UFC. I think he did fight. I'm sorry, I thought he fought Gary, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I got Woodley's much older and hasn't been in the game. I got to go with Buckley.
What do you think, Z?
I think Woodley, it has to be maybe fighting or something, off kilter. Maybe boxing, bare knuckles or something. I'm not sure if Woodley is even competing in UFC or MMA anymore.
Okay. One of the rags this week, I think it was Boxing 24, was trying to put a fight together of Boots Ennis and Terrence Crawford. If that were ever to happen, Tony, what's your thoughts?
Honestly, as much as I'd like to see Terrence Crawford get beat for a change, I don't think he can take that fight.
Okay. What do you think, Z?
I don't see that fight coming off. I just think Terrence Crawford, he retired. I don't think he's going to do it. If he came back to fight him, I would suggest that he takes the two-round fight. But outside of that, if he takes the two-round fight, I have to see how it looks in that. If he looks pretty good, I will pick him against Boots. Let him stay retired. He's done all he needed to do. I say just let him stay retired.
Yeah, if I can speak on that too, I think Bud also seems like one of the guys that will stay retired too and not come back like that. I feel like he kind of went out in the right way, the right time.
Okay. Brady, Nurmagomedov, and Sandy Yadong. Song Young. Yes.
And Nurmagomedov. Oh, it's Shara, the Shara Bullet guy that you're talking about?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know too much about him. I know the name. I saw a couple of his fights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have anything on that one.
Okay, what do you think, Z?
Yeah, I haven't heard of that guy either.
Okay. All right, now the last question I have is for everybody. If the fight was made tomorrow, and Atuma was was one of the fighters, who would you pick for his next opponent? Say it, Tony.
He said Tama.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass that one on to Z first here. Let me think about that one.
Whoa. You did, Z. He screwed you twice now, Z. What are we going to do about this?
Yeah, I got it. I like the mention. You guys, you're talking about with Frank Sanchez. I like that as a step. But I wouldn't mind seeing him fight somebody like Fabio Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Or even Daniel Dubois.
Mm-hmm.
I think he at the point in time he's maybe around that level. We could see if he is that level against one of these guys. But
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see him fight somebody like that. But I do like that matchup with Frank Sanchez.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good test for him.
Okay. Well, guys, that brings us right to the end of our hour. And I appreciate all your input. It's been another fast hour, one of the fastest hours in the week that I've ever had. And I appreciate all your input and all your preparedness. And Z, I hope you let Miss Burnett know that she's we're very happy that she retired, and I hope she enjoys her retirement. Z, you want to lead us out?
Oh, it should be. First of all, thank you on behalf of my mother for all the retirement. Another wonderful show, guys. Thank you, Brady. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Chris. All of my Fighting Words family. And be sure to definitely remember that Bob, Coach Mel, and Dr. Cook. And if anyone wants to hear any fighting words, please call.
Okay. Tony?
Just want to say congrats to Pete's mom. That's awesome retirement. It's not a bad thing at all. I'm halfway there anyway, so but that's fantastic. And also congrats to, I don't remember who you said it was, Frank, the maybe medical school.
Oh, Ty.
Okay, I'm sorry, yeah. Congratulations on that. I know that that's hard to do, so I'm sure you guys are all proud.
Mm-hmm.
Brady, I hope you're doing well. You are the man. D, you're the man. Frank, you're the man. Love this show. Love being with you guys every week. And only last thing I do want to say is the rest of the year, watch out for 3 boxers. Shushu, Abdullah Mason, and Joseph Leakey Jr. Those 3, I think, are going to be shooting up the ladder.
Ooh, okay. We'll try and do some research and see what we get on them for next week.
Yes, sir.
Brady?
Yeah.
I want to thank Tony and G for joining us every week and having a good conversation with us. You know, you're both very talented analysts, and I'm glad to share the show with you. Of course, you, Pop, thanks for putting the whole thing on. And God bless. Thanks for listening.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, these programs are brought to you each and every night of the week in grateful appreciation to the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, the men and women police and fire services, the doctors and nurses, and first responders, and the wonderful people in the market to keep the shelves stocked. These programs are dedicated to those who have lost their life in the line of duty. Deputy Robert Anthony Carroll, Patrolman David Curtis, Patrolman Jeffrey Colcap, Patrolman Jeffrey Yaswitz, Sergeant Thomas Spanger, San Diego Officer Mike Hendler, Sergeant Tom Wilson, Charlotte County Sheriff's Department, Detective Randy Bell, Detective Ricky Childers, Patrolman Charlie Conant, Tarpon Springs Police Department, Deputy Chief Mike Godwin, Philadelphia Fire Department, Lieutenant Joyce Craig Lewis, Philadelphia Fire Department, Sergeant James O'Connor, Philadelphia Police Department, Sergeant Chris LeVake, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department, Lieutenant Mike Zerba, Newcastle County Police, Patrolman Adolfo Crispin, Lakeland PD, Deputy Josh Meyer, Nassau County Sheriff's Department, Captain Matt Letourneau, Philadelphia Fire Department, Captain Chris Leach, Wilmington Fire Department, Lieutenant Ardith Hope, Wilmington Fire Department, Lieutenant Jerry Ficus, Wilmington Fire Department, Chief Jimmy Ford, Wilmington Fire Department, Chief Al Hogle, Longville Key Police Department, Deputy Mike Hargrove, Pinellas County Sheriff's Department, Trooper Chelsea Richards, Florida Highway Patrol, Trooper Joe Bullock, Florida Highway Patrol, Trooper Edgar Ben, Florida Highway Patrol, Sergeant Chris Fitzgerald, Philadelphia Police Department, Chief Corey Compantier, Buffalo Creek Fire Department, Deputy Mike Ronnie Ronzinski, Manatee County Sheriff's Department, Patrolman Zachary Butterfield, Bradenton PD, Corporal Timothy O'Connor, Pennsylvania State Police, and we had Trooper Mike Perherick, Pennsylvania State Police. My brothers and sisters, although you may be 10-7 at this point in time, some will be 10-10 at the table of the Lord. Until that time, may the rose rise up to meet you, may the winds be always at your back. May the rain fall softly on your fields and the sun shine lightly on your face. Until we meet again, may the good Lord keep you and your family always in the palm of his hands. Good night, God bless, and have a great week. Good job, man. Good
You're
job.
still live, huh? Very good stream.